Hi dears, welcome to a class on microtechnique. Microtechnique involves various methods and procedures used for the preparation of objects for microscopic studies. This involves the methods and procedures used to study the structure, vital activity, development, chemical composition and physical properties of cells, tissues and organs by means of optical and electron microscopes. The procedures involves preparation of living specimens for microscopic examination, the act of examination itself, preparation of permanent specimens, microtechnical, histochemical and cytological studies, special methods of preparing specimens for electron microscopy. Here, now we are going to discuss stains, various stains and staining procedures which forms one of the major methodology in microtechnique. Staining is an art of science. It is the use of dyes to make various tissues visible and distinct from one another. The procedure of staining increases contrast between different tissues and different cells. Different parts of a cell or tissue react differently to dyes due to their chemical and physical differences, and that property is used in staining in microscopy. Then the parts become easily visible. Presence of a color in a chemical is by the presence of groups or radicals known as chromophores, and the materials containing these chromophores are known as chromogens. Staining is the result of synergy between adder stain, the adder stain which stain is used, the length of staining, that is the duration of staining procedure, stain differentiation by additional components such as mordants, the amount of destaining, that is the removal of staining after excess staining, temperature of staining, that is the temperature of the staining medium, and the tissue itself, which type of tissue is being stained. So this is the staining result is a combination of all these factors. The dye molecule react with cell components either by non-covalent or covalent means. And how the cells or tissues get stained during the procedure of staining? The ionized stain becomes precipitated upon materials by surface adsorption. In some cases, a chemical combination is formed between dyes and cell or tissue. The tissue is first caused differentially to absorb a substance with which the dye subsequently makes an insoluble compound known as mordant. So these are the ways in which the stains make color difference or contrast in tissues or cells. Then coming to the classification of stains. The stains are classified in different ways based on different factors. The dyes are classified mainly into four methods. The first classification is based on the source of dye, based on the origin of dye, from which material it is originated, whether it is natural or synthetic, based on the chemical nature, that is acidic, basic or neutral. Then affinity to different parts of cells, to cytoplasm or to nucleus, like that. Then based on the purpose, for special purposes. So these are the ways of classification of stains. First classification is based on the source of dye. Based on the source of dye, stains are classified into natural and synthetic stains. The natural stains are obtained from nature. They are either derived from plant or animal sources. Nowadays, only a few of them are used. Majority of stains presently used are from synthetic sources. The first example for natural dye is Brazil. It is obtained from wood of two species of Caesalpinia, Caesalpinia crispta and Caesalpinia echinata, and it is chemically closely related to hematocillin. This reacts only after modeling with ferric ammonium sulfate, and it is mainly used in the preparation of smears. The second one is hematocillin. It is one of the most important of all stains used in cytological preparations. It is obtained from the wood of Haematocillin campbellianum, that is a Mimosaceae member, Fabaceae member. The color effect of hematocillin vary with character of medium in which it is used or it is dissolved, and according to that after treatment, that is the after staining procedures. And in the presence of acids, the color is red, and in alkaline solutions, the color will be blue. So the color depends on the medium or in the based on the solvent in which the stain or the dye is used. Then another important natural dye is carmine, and this is a animal originated stain, and this is obtained by adding alum to cochineal. This is a yellowish red powder obtained by grinding dried bodies of cochineal insects and extracting the dye. It is a complicated mixture of which the essential coloring agent is carbonic acid, and the carbonic acid is the chemical that create the color. Then the second category of stains based on the source is synthetic stains, and they are otherwise known as coal tar dyes. They are synthetic chemical compounds made from substances found in coal tar. Coal tar is a byproduct of petroleum, and there are 6 groups of synthetic stains: nitro dyes, azo dyes, anthraquinone dyes, quinone imide group of dyes, phenyl methane group of dyes, xanthine group of dyes. Examples for synthetic stains are picric acid, orangey, alizarin, methylene blue, safranin, light green, fast green, basic fuchsin, and eosin. Many of the stains under this category, under these examples, are used in our laboratory preparations. Then the second classification is based on the chemical nature of the stain or dye. On the basis of chemical nature, they are classified into basic, acidic, and neutral stains. The first one is basic stains. They are basic in nature. They are attracted to cellular components that are acidic because they are basic in nature. The most important one is safranin, which is the most important stain used in botanical preparations, used both in morphology and cytology. Both morphological and cytological studies, this stain is very important. The stains lignified, cutinized, and suberized structures as well as chromosomes, nucleoli, and centromere. Excess stain should be washed away because it is a qualitative stain. The time duration is very important for in creating the intensity of coloration. This is good in combination with fast green for double staining. Commonly used counter stain, or so the first stain used with the fast green, and this stain is prepared by dissolving 1 gram of safranin O in 100 ml of 95% alcohol. The second one is crystal violet. It is very important stain, mainly used in bacteriological stains. This stains cutinized and lignified cell walls. It is a nuclear stain as well. This is advantageous over alcoholic violets as they are washed away during dehydration. The crystal violet stain is prepared by dissolving 1 gram of crystal violet dye in 100 ml of clove oil. Then basic fusion or para-rosanilin. It is used to stain bacteria as well as vascular system in higher plants. It is a powerful dye prepared by dissolving 1 gram of basic fusion dye in a mixture of 5 ml 95% alcohol and 95 ml distilled water. Then cotton blue, it is very important in fungal preparations, commonly used stain in fungal preparations, cotton blue or aniline blue. It is excellent for filamentous algae and fungi. It is also used in combination with safranin. It stains cell wall. Both aqueous and alcoholic solutions are prepared. 1 gram of cotton blue dye is dissolved in 100 ml of distilled water for aqueous solutions and 100 ml alcohol in for alcoholic solutions. For fungal hormones, cotton blue in dissolved in lactophenol is used, and that is prepared by dissolving 2 gram of cotton blue in a mixture of phenol, glycerin, lactic acid and distilled water, 100 ml each. Then the second category is acidic stains. They are acidic in nature. They are attracted to cellular components that are basic in nature. The most important one is fast green. This is used for double staining with the safranin. This acts on non-lignified tissues and on spindle fibers. This stains more intensely in a shorter time period duration. So the stain gets absorbed by the cells very fast, and it is a good counter stain for safranin. And the old preparations give better results than new preparation of fast green solution, prepared by dissolving 1 gram of fast green powder in a mixture of 75 ml clove oil and 25 ml absolute alcohol. Then second one is light green. It is used as a cytoplasmic stain, also stains cellulose walls, but it fades soon, and it is recommended for staining filamentous algae. The preparation is same as that of fast green. 1 gram of light green powder is dissolved in 75 ml of clove oil and 25 ml of absolute alcohol. Then orangey. It is a good counter stain for sections stained red, blue or green. 1 gram of orangey is dissolved in a mixture of 100 ml absolute alcohol and 100 ml clove oil. Dissolve the stain in alcohol and clove oil and allow the alcohol to evaporate. Then erythrocin or xanthine. It is used as a counter stain with crystal violet. Fine for staining gelatinous sheath of algae. 1 gram of erythrocin powder is dissolved in 95% alcohol or clove oil, 100 ml. Then eosin. It is commonly used in zoological preparations, used for counter staining with hematocillin, and it is little used in botany. 1 gram of eosin dissolved in 100 ml of 95% alcohol. Then the third category is neutral stains. They are neutral in nature. They are compounds containing both acidic and basic dyes. An important dye is hematocillin. It is used in histological and cytological preparations. Most preparations include a mordant containing either aluminium or iron or potassium alum. The color depends on the mordant, which type of mordant you use. And there are different formulae available for the preparation of hematoxylin. The first one is Harris hematoxylin. Here 2 gram of hematoxylin crystals are dissolved in 1 liter of 50% alcohol and 1 gram of aluminum chloride is added. This is heated on a water bath until dissolved and added 6 gram of mercuric oxide and filtered. Add 1 ml of concentrated hydrochloric acid to the filtrate, and this is the preparation of Harris hematoxylin. Second hematoxylin preparation is Delafield's hematoxylin, and dissolve 1 gram hematoxylin in 6 ml of absolute alcohol and add this drop by drop to 100 ml saturated solution of ammonia alum. Then expose this preparation to light in an open bottle for 1 week. Then filter, add 2 ml of glycerin and 2.5 ml of glycerin and 2.5 ml of methyl alcohol. Then pour into a shallow dish and expose to a quartz mercury lamp for 2 hours. This is the preparation of Delafield's hematoxylin. Then another hematoxylin preparation is Edenhain's hematoxylin, and this include 2 separate preparations. One is the preparation of mordant and one is the preparation of stain, and they are mixed together when they are used. So for the preparation of mordant, 500 ml of 4% iron alum and 5 ml of glacial acetic acid and 6 ml of sulfuric acid are mixed. This acts as mordant. Then 1 gram of hematoxylin, 200 ml of distilled water and little sodium bicarbonate. These are this hematoxylin powder and sodium bicarbonate are dissolved in 200 ml of distilled water, and these two are mixed. So that is the preparation of Edenhain's hematoxylin. Then another important one is carmine or acetocarmine. It's used in cytological preparations. Boil 100 ml of 45% acetic acid in a flask fitted with a reflux condenser. Add a small pinch of carmine powder to this preparation from a weighed out quantity of 2 gram. Remove the source of heat and add rest of the dye, dissolve, cool and filter. Add a few drops of ferric acetate. This is dissolved in glacial acetic acid until color is wine red. Then orcine is used to stain chromosomes, and this produces less background staining, thus yielding better contrast. So the result is more contrast than other stains. Then the next classification of stains is on the basis of affinity to different parts of cells. And based on affinity, stains are classified into nuclear stains or cytoplasmic, whether they show affinity towards nucleus or the cytoplasmic components. The nuclear stains the nucleus, and cytoplasmic stains impart color to the cytoplasm. Then the last classification is on the basis of purposes. On the basis of purposes, they are classified into histological stains and cytological stains. When they are used to differentiate tissues like phloem, xylem, sclerenchyma, etc., they are known as histological stains. And when they are used to differentiate cell components, they are known as cytological stains.